Warren Buffett just rang the opening bell on Wall Street. He's got the president's ear, but he's also talking to CNN. Our Allison Cossack, he's got your ear as well. A one-on-one with Buffett on the trading floor. Hey, Allison, I know you have a very important guest with you. Let's get started.
Having a little bit of a hard time hearing you, but we are definitely hearing what Warren Buffett has to say today. Today is actually the 50th anniversary of Business Wire. That is a subsidiary of Berkshire Hathaway. Kathy Barron-Tamraz, you run Business Wire. What's it like working under this guy as a boss?
Well, one word, it's fantastic. He bought the company, said don't change anything, and I'm still doing what I do, but I have the, backing me is the wisdom of this rock star over here.
And congratulations to both of you on the 50th anniversary. Mr. Buffett, let's talk taxes for a moment. You've been very outspoken about millionaires, about the uber rich paying their fair share of taxes. But since the portion of their taxes really isn't going to make a huge dent in the deficit, are you happy seeing your suggestion, this new Buffett rule, becoming more of a basis of a political battle that really has turned into class warfare?
Well, no, actually, there's been class warfare going on for the last 20 years, and my class is one. We're the ones that have gotten our tax rates reduced dramatically. If you look at the 400 highest taxpayers in the United States, in 1992, the first year for figures, they averaged about 40 million of taxes per person. In the most recent year, they were of income per person. The most recent year, they were 227 million per person, 5 for 1. During that period, their taxes went down from 29% to 21% of income. So, if there's class warfare, the rich class is one. But it's not a tax on all millionaires or 10 millionaires or anything like that. It's only a tax, it'll only be a minimum tax on people who make lots of money and pay very low tax rates at the same time. Anybody who's paying normal tax rates, it wouldn't touch. So in aggregate, there's probably 50,000 people in the whole United States out of 310 million that it would affect.
But it's really not going to make much of a difference then in the deficit. I mean, 0.3% it would affect of the population in this country. So why do this?
Well, it probably would come in at about 20 billion a year. But no one thing is going to solve a deficit of over $1 trillion. But I think when you're going to ask the poor and the middle class to give up things in terms of Medicare or whatever it may be as part of shared sacrifice, the idea that you don't get 20 million from this group for whom it's only 10 points on a very low tax rate to start with, I think is simply unfair. And I think that getting people to buy in this country to the kind of shared sacrifice that's going to be needed, it's going to be very important that they feel there's fairness to that, what's going on overall.
All right, let's talk Bank of America. Back in the headlines today announcing a $5 fee on debit card holders who use their debit cards to make purchases. You're a big stakeholder in Bank of America. This is upsetting a lot of Bank of America customers, especially after Bank of America got a $40 billion bailout. What do you think of this outrage? What do you think of Bank of America doing this?
Well, I think that they paid back the $40 billion and had a very good profit to the United States government for doing it. The Bank of America will be charging fees of one sort or another, and there are 7,000 banks in the United States. And if somebody else offers a better deal, people can go to that. I mean, it's just like you can change channels on television.
Okay. No, obviously, the economy, we're in a real rough patch for the economy. If you have a direct pipeline to President Obama these days, what would you tell him? What would you tell him to fix this economy? What's it going to take to turn this economy around?
It's going to take a lot to fix it, and it's going to take the cooperation of Congress and the administration. And the difficult thing so far, I mean, the problems over raising the debt limit were a disgrace, and people need to feel confidence in their leaders. And they have not been given much reason to feel confidence in terms of how Congress generally has behaved in recent months. So I think it's very important that leaders of both sides come together, make some concessions on both sides, do what is needed for the country, which there's certainly taxes on the ultra-rich who are paying a tiny rate is certainly called for. But that's a small part of the whole thing. There's a lot of things that needed to be done on the spending side, and they're going to affect a lot of Americans. And it's going to take some political courage on both sides of the aisle to get those things done. I hope that happens.
All right. Thanks very much for your time. You too, Kathy. I'm going to throw it back to you, Suzanne.
Hey, Allison, if you can still hear me, we don't often get a chance to talk to Warren Buffett. Quick question to him.
I can.
Okay. What does he think of the impact of Europe and Greece on the American economy here? How much is that going to be a problem for us in terms of their own financial crisis?
I'm sorry, one more time. I did have a problem hearing you.
If you could ask Mr. Buffett about the impact of Europe, their economic crisis with Greece, how is that directly impacting our own economic situation?
All right, she wants to talk about Europe, about the debt situation in Europe, its debt problems, about how it's affecting and bringing our economy down. Your thoughts on the whole?
Well, it has not brought our economy down. I mean, people are worried here about what's going on in Europe. It is not. Business is still improving, not at a very rapid rate in the United States, but we have 70-plus businesses, and I see the figures every day on what's going on. And our recovery is still underway, but at a very small incline. And Europe has a lot of problems to work through, but I don't worry about that in terms of where we'll be in 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, or even where Europe will be. The juices of capitalism work, and people are out every day trying to figure out how to turn out better products, do things more efficiently, and that goes on every day, and it's going on right today.
But we're interconnected.
We're interconnected, but those problems are centered over there. It's nothing like the fall of 2008 in terms of the United States.
Okay, there you go, Suzanne. Hope that answers your question.